Oh, well that's something. Normally, I'd give you a castigating like you wouldn't believe for waltzing into my boat like you own the place. But I happen to have an open-door policy for winches of all stripes, so... how's it going? Ah, come on! I'm in charge, as indicated by the swanky eye patch in my extremely official maritime title. Captain Lizzy. That's me. Who else could I be? Oh, I bet I do. Somewhere. Anyway, you said you wanted to speak to the one in charge. What the fuck about? Ah, now that makes sense. It wouldn't do for the all-seeing prophet to get off his ass and do his own dirty work, huh? Of course not. Well, I provide a vital service for them, so they made me an honorary member. Basically means I get my pick of their drugs for myself, and I got an all-access pass to the orgies if I happen to be in the area. Good news for me is that the prophet encourages his lady followers to be open-minded in the bedroom. Bad news is that the old bastard keeps trying to sneak himself in. Yes, John, it does ruin my experience if you're within 5 yards. Correct, yeah. No offense to Ophelia, she's a very nice lady with a very nice body, but she's batshit insane. Endearing? Sure. Compelling? No. I mean, I gave him a fair shake. Even let Ophelia take me out into the desert and give me a dose of her special magical enlightenment ritual shit. Sure, I tripped balls harder than I ever have in my life, but I wouldn't exactly say it was a religious experience, right? Yeah, the whole lot of them is insane, no question. Still, they ain't scamming anyone out of their money or blood, so it's better than most wasteland cults. Oh, darling, you don't need to butter me up with pointless small talk. If you want my pants, just say so. No, but really, I'm not really big into talking about myself, so... yeah. Oh, all right, fine. let's see. I was born way up to the northeast on an island off the coast of Maine. I probably got my sea legs before I was even walking on land. Pretty enough place if you're in the mood for post-nuclear Holocaust sightseeing, but I'd advise against visiting. Not very hospitable. Got real tired of island living pretty early on, so when I was way too goddamn young for it, I, commandeered the Amity and went on my merry way. Just kinda meandered south along the coast, hoping to find something interesting. That was a bust, so I figured, fuck it, I'll head west. Along the way, I made a habit of raiding raiders, which makes me a goddamn pirate by all the laws of the sea, so, that's pretty cool. And, oh! There have been lots and lots of winches along the way. So, that's my story. It's not very interesting when I recount it, but I seem to recall enjoying most of it at the time. Of course, I was pretty well hammered most of the time. Still am, come to think of it. Pretty boring for the most part. I never really went very far inland, but based on the little bits I could spy from the coast, lots of ruin and raiders. Not a whole lot else. Personally, I'm way more interested in what's going on down in this part of the country. What? You ain't never heard of rivers? Or canals? There's more water than land out there if you know where to look. Damn right. This here's the HMS Amity, and she's the sweetest girl on the water. Well, unless we're firing on you, then she's a mean old bitch. Probably 'cause they are. Local raiders always make up my crew. They're good at following orders at gunpoint, don't balk at a bit of pillaging, and they're easy to replace. Anytime I lose one of the bastards, I just head to shore, find out where the gangs tend to hang out, and head there to share a drink with them. Of course, Captain Lizzy's special homemade moonshine comes with some extra ingredients I wouldn't advise you swallow. You know? When they come to, well, what do you know? We're on the open water with nowhere to run off, and there's usually a shotgun aimed at them. Usually an easy choice at that point. Only difference between a pirate crew and a raider crew is the pirates gotta learn to stop getting seasick. Oh, hey now. There's no slavery on the Amity. Forced servitude, maybe. Slavery? No fucking way. First off, I don't buy or sell people. Maybe these folks didn't agree to work for me, but they're still people, not things. No bomb collars here. Secondly, like I said, they're raiders. You know, bad folks, big fans of murder and torture and rape. Plenty of them actually were proper slavers. Raiders are free game. When I ain't shanghaiing raiders, I'm pillaging them. My crew does mean raider shit to other mean raiders' shits. And if you tell me that you don't do awful things to raiders, I'll call you a goddamn liar. And I'll be as correct as can be. Excuse me? Hey, mainlander dumbass. Guess where good old Captain Lizzy is from? Go on, take a wild guess. I'll give you a hint. A fucking island off the goddamn East Coast. And how do you think I got from the island all the way down here to Nevada? Goddamn nerve of these fucking mainlanders. I don't think the boat that you've been captaining your whole life is seaworthy. Why, excuse me, Mr. Astronaut. I think I know a thing or two more about aerospace engineering than you, and I say your rocket sucks. Oh, yeah, right. You know, for a man with a raging stiffy over the Second Amendment, the good old prophet sure is reluctant to help in person. Okay, yes, granted. If I had 24/7 access to Ophelia's celestial body, I probably wouldn't get a whole hell of a lot of work done myself. All the goddamn same. They'd be fucked without the Amity. You can't move big drums of magic juice by foot. Not if you want to actually sell the stuff. But oh! Captain Lizzy is in trouble. Can't get up the Colorado? Fuck it, it's her problem. Time for another big drug orgy without her around. Herp herp! How's about this, eh? Maybe I'll pop a fucking silly straw in their barrels of trippy drug juice and I'll drink every goddamn drop for myself. I'll be flying high for, I don't know, probably a couple of years at least. While the prophet will be sitting there scratching his fucking bald spot. Yeah, back on topic. Wait, the fuck were we talking about? Oh, yeah, right. So, I was just going about my merry fucking way, sailing up the Colorado with all this cargo, when we run into trouble. Some fucking crew of cocksuckers with rocket launchers were waiting on both shores, and they opened fire as soon as they had good sightlines on us. Lucky for all of us, I happen to be the finest goddamn captain and helmsman in the world, so I pulled us around no worse for wear. But I sent a couple of guys in skiffs to scout the area out the next day, and, yeah, they got blown to little pieces. Whoops. The problem is that cunt with the rocket launcher, and I need you to fix it by replacing every molecule in his body with hot fucking lead. As a matter of fact, I happen to know precisely who he is because he got his dumb ass in the news. Check this out. A former porn star turned raider psychopath terrorizing the waterways. I wouldn't believe this shit if I didn't see it with my own goddamn eye. And the man has no goddamn restraint. The NCR wants him dead, the Legion wants him dead, Mojave Wasters want him dead, I want him fucking dead. Anyway, I guess when he ain't firing rockets at my boat, he entertains himself by raiding folks. Gruesome murders, little torture, lots of rape. Basically, he's a fucking depraved lunatic, even by raider standards. I don't think he's even doing most of this shit for profit. So, if not for me and my beautiful boat, you should ice him in honor of all the other random folks he's murdered and raped. Quite a lot of those. Hell if I know. Article I gave you makes it sound like his movies sucked. Not in the way porn vids are meant to suck. And he's always been crazy. Not like I'm really the target audience for his particular style of movies anyway. Other than the amusing career history, he sounds like your typical batshit insane raider asshole. He likes drugs and murdering and raping folks. I guess it's kind of impressive how he's managed to piss off the Legion and the NCR at the same time. Oh, maybe they can arrange a ceasefire just to work together and kill him, only to find a grudging respect forming between them. And by the time Woody is dead, the NCR and the Legion will realize they have more in common than they ever thought, and they'll hug it out. There you go! I just solved your whole fucking war for you, losers. Thank you, thank you. I'll take my medals in cash and ass, please. Come back real soon, darling.
А если ханы задружатся с Легионом, они нам дурь толкать будут или как?
Эй! Прими новый шериф. Теперь их стало гораздо труднее строить.
Yoo-hoo! Up here, little lady. Hold on, give me 1 second here. And boop! Oh, nothing much, just fancy a little force field that'll stop you from getting any silly ideas about running back out the way you've come in. So, you've got no way back and no way forward. That doesn't involve my boys raining down rockets on you. So, by my reckoning, you're fucked. You know, usually I reserve these missiles for sending boats to the bottom of the river. It's been a while since anyone stumbled into our HQ. Why, yes I am. I guess you're a headhunter then. If you were a fan, you'd know that I'm not legally allowed to call myself Woody Hardman anymore. Oh well, I feel a little guilty turning one of my fans into a smear on the floor, so this works just fine for me. Because that's a fucking stage name! Nobody would pay to watch Mitchell Rosenthal getting his rocks off for 2.5 hours. I had to get myself a proper stage name when I signed up at SG Productions, but part of the contract is that they own the rights to the name. Was it good enough for that rat bastard to fire me? No! He had to get me blacklisted from the industry and steal my whole name. But that's nothing compared to the last part. When I tried to start my own studio, he put a fucking price on my fucking head! Well, fuck him! Woody by itself isn't copyrighted, and once my boys here make enough cash rating, I'll hunt him down and cut off his head! No, he just jump-started my raider career, is all. This was always the life for me, yes sir! Why are you even discussing my work history? You're just some punk that'll be dead soon anyway. You, Stan Gold, his whole fucking production company, all of them. You'll all die, so hurry up and spew your stupid last words already. Oh, you think so, do you? Well, let's test that theory. Open fire, boys!
Ага. Вот это драка.
Ага! Эй, где?
О боже! Убийца! Осторожно! Убили ее!
Take that. Take that.
Keep loitering on my boat, and I might start to think you've taken a fancy to me. And so endeth anyone that fires rockets at my fucking boat. Did he cry? Did he beg? Probably both, eh? Well, that's goddamn good enough for me. Wish I could have seen his face. Oh well, fuck him. Here, an extra something. Just 'cause I like it when I demand someone dies, and it happens. I think I'd like for the conquering hero to ravish the brave captain in celebration of their victory over the forces of fucking assholes. With that dumb fucker out of my hair, I can get back to moving drugs up and down the Colorado like some kind of degenerate criminal Santa Claus. Sadly, that means I'll have to be getting back to work once they're out of here, so, you know. If you wanted to, celebrate with me, now's the time. Now, I go about my business. Moving drugs from place to place, a little raiding here, a little pillaging there. You know, the usual shit for me. Hardman was the only obstacle I had. Well, I suppose there's that mesh pulled across the river over there. I can cut that, though. So for now, this is adios. But hey, maybe we'll meet again, eh? I do tend to move around a lot, you know? Come back real soon, darling.
Сгинь отсюда, тварь. Привет.
Hey. Oh, good. She kept sending unarmed fiends to pound at my door all night, yelling about how she needed actual help from someone. Annoying. If I wanted to babysit her, I wouldn't have hired her to run drugs for us, you know? Fucking people around here. No goddamn initiative. No drive. If she handled it herself, I would have given her a bonus. Instead, you did it. So, here you go. The cash is yours. Consider it a divine gift. Told you I was good for that. Now that Lizzy is doing her fucking job again, we're in business. Literally in whatever else way, too. If your boss has anything else for you to do with that nonsense, you'd have to ask him. Why should I care about sex and drugs and booze and prim? I've got all that good shit right here already. Hey, wanna officially join our little family? We have free drugs. It's easy. You go in the basement, chat with O, tell her you're interested in seeking enlightenment, and that I gave you the thumbs up. She'll get all excited, start spewing all kinds of absolute nonsense, and you just gotta smile and nod. She'll have you do some stuff. Nothing that's been too much for any of the clowns around here to endure. And then you're in. Oh, and best to go it alone. If you were thinking of bringing some pals along, let them know the party's been canceled. Have fun, or something.
Well, look at that. We fucking did it. I'm in goddamn business, and I couldn't have done it without you. As quickly as I did. Here's your payout, and you're more than fucking welcome to spend it on whichever goods and services we have on offer. Please, help yourself. Now, personally, I have no more work for you, however, others around here do. Eli does, for a fact, and that security man-whore might as well. Whether you choose to indulge them or not, I really couldn't care less. We're home fucking free now, and I intend to kick back and let the cash flow. Of course, I know you went on a little hooker hiring run for Molly, but you were scarcely my only foray into gaining new employees. The barman and his whore sister were the first new arrivals. The sister is quite indifferent to the moral conundrum of sucking cock for cash. Honestly, the barman himself struck me as a dead fucking weight, but his sister refused to work here if I threw her deadbeat brother out on his ass. However, as he's content to take his weekly pay in the form of free hits from our drug supply, he's not even an investment, so fuck it, he can stay. That Miles fellow, now he's a fucking perverted lunatic, and an absolutely insufferable conversational partner, and I don't at all care for him. But he serves an adequate secondary bouncer, and even better, he's such a dick-driven freak that he asked to pull double duty as a man-whore. Oh, and there's Estelle. She's new to you, no doubt, but I used to know her as the toilet scrubber at this shitty Reno club I used to frequent. I figured even 81-year-olds need something to do, so I figured she could scrub the toilets here, too. Entirely adequate at present. Not that I would expect to be buried in an avalanche of currency this soon after opening, of course. Actually, I must say, for a newly established venture, the fact we're doing as well as we are is surely a sign of good fucking fortunes to come. At the risk of publicly outing myself as fucking proud, I'd even go so far as to say that my initial appraisement of this location was dead on. I'm not overly fond of the sound of my own voice, but seeing as how I've surrounded myself with enough liquor to drown a deathclaw, fine. Ask. New Reno, born and bred. Not inbred, mind you. I harbor no affiliation with the Wright family. I spent my childhood days doing bitch work for the Bishop family, delivering messages, keeping an ear ever to the ground, that sort of thing. It was sufficient money for someone my age, but I had no interest in truly joining their family. Swaggering around in a suit and acting untouchable is appealing to men of small intellect and smaller Johnsons. But I don't like answering to anyone. When I was 24, I reached the limits of my patience, and so I booked passage into Oregon to work as a mercenary and never looked back. Fuck Reno. If you're implying a suspicion that myself and Miss Martin had or are currently having some sort of love affair, I categorically deny the notion. Not to imply we haven't been intimately entangled, or, to rephrase in the parlance of our times, fucking like animals. We met when I was a young thug in Reno, and she was an even younger whore. Both of us were employed by the bishops in some form or another. At the time, I was quite fucking smitten, as red hair and a demure sensibility have never failed to arouse my amorous attention. Indeed, she received a good deal of my money back in those days, but in a pleasant rarity for her profession, young Molly had greater ambitions. Eventually, we parted ways with the Bishop family, as well as with each other, and that was the end of the story for many years. When I resolved to own and operate my own den of iniquity, I knew I would need someone to manage the whores. Who better than my dear old friend? Our relationship is platonic and professional these days, however. As I age, I find my standards ever tightening and polishing themselves, you see. These days, the notion of settling down with a woman that sold her own body is increasingly repulsive. But such is life. We all have our burdens. For the most part, quite well. Oh, and I understand that the law in this town was your doing? You being the one who gave Sheriff Myers his badge, yes? Yes, Sheriff Myers. He's the one fucking caveat to my previous statement of Prim mostly treating me well. He's a cocksucking pain in the fucking ass. Whose idea was it to bring a fucking hard-ass frontier justice type here? Oh, right. Yours. It's fortunate for your continued employment that you only granted him the position before signing on with me. Next time that sanctimonious shitheel comes in here, demanding to know that we're all keeping our noses clean, you can negotiate with him. All right, then.
Hey.
I believe some gratitude is in order, and I do hope Silas has been compensating you appropriately. This business already seems quite promising, no? We've been making money hand over fist, and while I understand you were working on commission, I feel it wouldn't be untoward to give you a bonus. Consider it a gift from the management. If we pretend the management isn't a cantankerous drunkard with a short temper. Of course. Don't let me keep you.